Hey, my name is Roland Thomas. I'm making I'm vlogging this, y'all. I'm taking my wife's advice. She said, you should document the journey of you getting your real estate license. So I'm just go shoot straight, kind of tell you who I am. I'm 37, 38, 37, 37 right now, 37, and I've been in industrial sales for 10 plus years. Married, kids, four four kids, and my oldest is 18, my youngest is one, right? And and if you like me, I'm looking for a career change, right? I've been in sales for a while, and we actually took some time off to travel for a little bit, and it was fun. It was exhilarating. But then we ran out of money, right? We've done the entrepreneur deal several times, and we've learned a lot. We failed forward a lot, and so I just want to document this journey. We are I'm going for my real estate license. I felt like God told me to do real estate a long time ago, and we started in investing. I was wholesaling homes. I wholesale homes to investors when I was in Houston, and it was cool. I ran out of money, and I went back to my job, right? And I was just and praise God, I left on good terms, and so they accepted me back, and I was a stellar seller, still a stellar seller, and I mean, I hardly have a year under go. I think out of all my 10 years of selling, I missed goal once. Missed goal once in 10 years, and so solid performance, and it's all about the grace of God, to be honest with you. But I wanted to make this video and share it with you because if you're you're in your 30s, 40s, and you're thinking about making a career change and a little nervous about it, so tell you trust God. Whatever God's putting on your heart, you should do it. 100%. So I'm going to be vlogging my journey. Right. So here's the deal. So like I thought I was gonna have this done in like 3 months. I'm like, man, I'm gonna start studying. I'm gonna take all the tests, and so it's like 120 hours. And I'm in Texas, so it's like 120 hours of of classroom instruction. So I'm 3 classes in. I started August, September. I think it was September. It was August or September. I started with Aceable. So I like Aceable a lot because it's online. I can use my phone. I can use my phone. I can use my laptop. And so what I like about both of those is that when I'm on the go or in between meetings or waiting for a customer, I can knock out some real estate while I'm waiting. Waiting to go see a customer, or my lunch times. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you what I've been doing so far. I use my lunch times to study, and then I have to study late at night, right? So because we got a full-fledged family, and so we're blowing and going, doing things. We homeschool, and so when I come home from work, I try to give my wife a break, and then I end up staying up late, right? Like right now, I say late for us is 9:55, but I still got one of my kids is down, the other one's trying to go down, so trying to squeeze in time to study, whenever I can. So I find myself pulling late nights, and I got to get up early, right, to get to get to work and finish my regular job. Now my little one, she's one, so she's teething, right? She's teething, man, and so it's the moment I lay my head down, she wakes up, and so there's no sleep. There's no sleep. It's no sleep at all. I probably get up about three times a night with her, and then I'm in my car, usually about 8. to start heading into my territory. My territory is probably it's usually about 50 minutes to an hour away from my house. And we grinded, man. We grinded. I thought I was going to be done a lot sooner than where I'm at. I'm still not. I've completed 3 courses. Right now I'm on real estate finance, and it's coming along. And let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so I got 7 hours left in this course. About 3 modules. And so what I hope to do is I'm just gonna share the journey with y'all, just raw, man. I'm I might B-roll me just hitting it. This is gonna be a vlog. I just want to encourage you, right? If you're considering, well, let me kind of take my plan. Here's my plan. Let me give you my plan a little bit. So I really love how folks are leveraging. Let me adjust this a little bit. So on my camera, I use a manual lens, so I gotta adjust anyway. I like it because it's a fixed lens, and so I know my shots crispy when it's crispy, and I don't have to. I get to get the bokeh in the background. You see that? Yeah, I like it. So I had my stock lens that went with this, and the stock lens, it doesn't give me the bokeh that I want. I like the bokeh. I like the blurred background. My aesthetics. Yeah, hey, it still ain't quite there yet. But man, we got a small house, and so I kind of my office is kind of a little mixed, right? Can I just be real? Can I be real? My office is like we got deep freezers, we got stuff for canning in here. We got a homestead, so we got stuff for canning. Got water jugs, and then I got my office and all the light and stuff. And so, man, it's a mixed use room. I just so many people wait for just the right time to do things, right? Like either they're scared to take risk, or they're looking for the right time to start, right? Wait till after the elections, wait till whatever, wait till the grass, summer, kids get out of school, whatever it is. Here's what I've learned just in my life so far. Of all my failings, y'all, I have failed and I've failed. And I failed over and over again. But in between those, we had some awesome wins, right? So when we traveled the country for about a year and some change, we saved up some money. We had a business online. I was reselling on Amazon, and we jumped in it. And our volume wasn't quite where we needed to be as far as profit margin, so we can sustain and investing in the business, and then also covering our expenses, right? And our expenses were pretty minimal. We paid cash for our RV, but the truck we had a note on, and we had so that was our biggest note, right? If I didn't have a truck note, I think we would have lasted a little bit longer, because we did minimize kind of what we were spending while we was traveling, but. Yes, at some point we ran out of money, right? We ran out of money, COVID hit, and that kind of threw a monkey wrench in a whole lot of things, and we had to put that project down, and it was hard, right? It was hard. We ran for the dream, and we didn't make it, right? But we learned a whole lot. Our kids saw the country. They saw East Coast to West Coast, man. I had never. As a kid, we never traveled like that, man. I never went camping. Never did any of that. It was just my mom and I and my older sister, and man, she was just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And so, I was grateful we were able to give our kids a different experience, even though we didn't. Even though even though we didn't win, even though we didn't do it long term, right? We failed, and I think that's just a part of the journey, right? What I learned though, what I learned for sure is that God take care of his people. He take care of his children. If you keep your eyes focused on the kingdom of God, he will take care of everything else. I can't speak for anybody who don't know Jesus. I can't speak for anybody who don't know God. I don't, you know, was it the ideal circumstance? Did we have all the money saved up? We didn't have it all together, but we did it. We jumped out and we did it. And our kids till this day still remember the trips. And if it wasn't anything, if we didn't accomplish anything out of that year, them having lifelong memories, man, was worth it. You know, it was worth it. So now we feel God moving us to a different direction. We're moving us on another direction. And there's something He placed in our heart a long time ago, which is real estate. And so we go sell some houses. We go sell some houses. And what I really like about real estate, you can have a business, you can have a dream home, right? And if I can be a part of that journey for someone to get their dream home, to be a part of helping them find products for their find profitable products for their portfolio, that's what I want to do, right? If I help enough people do what they want and get what they want out of life, I know for sure I would get what I want out of life. I know that's true from sales. I've been in sales all my life, for the most part. Like my whole professional career, outside of a stint when I was in marketing when I first got out of college, it's been sales. And man, I tell you, that saying reigns true. If you serve others, he who is the best, the greatest of them all is a server, right? This is what Jesus said, and I live by it. You know. There's this another thing that I live by too that I've learned in sales, which is I guess you can say I'm just a lazy seller. Lazy seller. And here's why I say this. I say it from this perspective. I don't tall. I'm not one to tall, you know. That was a curse that Adam received in the garden, that he was going to work, live, eat by the sweat of his brow. And when Jesus rose from the grave, he broke that curse. And so I have the option to be in his peace when I work. Here's what I know. My children are God's children. This household that he's given me to steward is his daughter and his kids, right? God knows that I work in sales. So he has to be the one to provide through the means in which he has placed me to be in. Does that make sense? So I'm not relying on my strength to provide for my family. I'm relying on God to do it, to make the connections, make the to find the clients, to bring the clients, right? It goes so much counter cultural to traditional sales. Traditional sales is like, you go out there and you knock on them doors and you beat it down and blah blah blah. And I'm not saying that you don't work, but you should work in peace. And I've learned to work in peace. You know, I would encourage you to work in peace, man. Peace. And I even when it looks ugly, right? God knows that we have a big family and we have a one income household, and it's been one income for a long time, and which means we sacrifice a lot. We don't do a lot of the trips. Trips we have to do are cheap, right? We go camping, we ain't been on a cruise. We ain't took our kids out the country. None of that stuff, man. I don't make enough money. Could I, if I worked by the sweat of my brow? I probably could. I could climb the corporate ladder if I wanted to. It's very much there, but I value the time with my kids, and so what I find is for our household, when we operate from a place of business, we are all in sync and we work together, and so I see the only way we'll be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish financially but also not sacrifice our time together. It's to own a business because it's a family effort. This is us creating a legacy for our family, right? And so the corporate America deal it's just not it's not it wasn't going to be a long term solution. Now I could force it to be a long term solution. I almost tried to, but when you trust God to to walk out your path, right? They said, if I lean not to my own understanding, but all my ways acknowledge Him, He shall direct my paths. And when God is directing my paths, I trust Him in that path. And so Paul said that I learned to have much and I learned to have little, but I learned that in all things I can do in all things I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. And I found that to be true. And so that means I've learned to be content. Doesn't mean that I can't that doesn't give me a license to be lazy. Doesn't give me a license to not strive. But I've learned to be content in my work for Him. God knows what I need. God knows what our household needs, and He also knows how to over abundantly bless us. I have seen it. I've seen God, man, overly abundantly, running over, bless us, and I still did the same work in peace, in no toil. I mean, most recently, man, this last half at work was brutal, right? I mean, my sales was down, shoes, 60 some percent over prior year for that month. And I was like, this is terrible. This is not looking good. And I could have buckled down and stressed myself out and toiled over making this happen, to hit goal. And so I learned to be content. I said, well, Lord, if you know my family needs, God knows, God, that because the way our house rolls, we cannot miss goal at all. It doesn't work financially for us. If I miss goal, we already kind of we get by. You know what I'm saying? If I miss goal, we really ain't getting by. And so it was super cool. I was on the phone to have my year in review. My manager said, "Hey man, I found some more money that wasn't accounted for you," and it was exactly what I needed to go over goal, to hit goal. But what was super cool was that I still went over. I went over by $20,000, $30-something thousand. I learned not to toil. And some people say, man, listen, then it makes you a terrible seller, man. You gotta do what's in your controllables, blah 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 blah. I know the rhetoric. I know it. I've been in it for a long time. I've read all the books. I've read it all. And I'm again, like I said, I'm not against hard work. I'm not against hard work at all. But it's the heart posture of the work is what I'm really concerned of. It's what I focus on, and that's staying at peace, and that's resting in Him to provide for me through my work. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's 10 o'clock tonight, and we studying. I'm hopefully tonight. I always try to get through a few modules a night. Usually I try to put in about 2 hours. Usually when it gets to about 12 o'clock, my eyes get real heavy, and I find myself going to sleep about 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock every morning, man, every day, just because I'm trying to knock this thing out, man. And I'm putting in an hour, 2 hours to try to get through this thing. And so that's some of the things that it takes. If my recommendation, if you are, if you're trying to make a career transition, you're looking to move into real estate, Aceable Agent is awesome. I'll put a link in the description below for you. I've been enjoying the Aceable experience. I feel like I'm definitely retaining the information, and and it allows me to work it in my spare time. not no classroom kind of thing, no live teacher. But I mean, it's me and Mr. Aceable Agent, we're good. Me and Mr. Aceable Robot, we getting it. But I like the information. We're retaining it. It's making sense, and I'm doing excellent on all of those tests. And so it has been a good program. So again, I'm 76% through with my 4th course, and we're on the way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. So I'm going to look to really share with you at least once a day as to how my journey is coming along. Kind of tell you how I'm feeling, and I just want you to come alongside with me as I work to get my real estate license, as I'm looking to make a career change. I get personal with you. I guess this last part. Let me be real, y'all. Be real. The way this year is going right now, it's looking like it's going to be a stellar year, a nice, really nice high performance year. There was some major contracts that I closed that should really set us up pretty good this year, which is really, really exciting. And so one thing I have to balance the excitement of just my regular job, right? And the uncertainty of starting a new career. Because sales will do that to you, man. Sales is, you gotta have it up here. You gotta stay focused. You gotta say, okay, man, here's my plan, and you gotta work the plan. And whether it's up or down, you need to stay steady in the plan. Like, hey, cool, we making some money, great. We missed it, lost, cool. It is what it is. Keep going, and stay steady. Me personally, I'm just an exciting dude, man. I get pumped up, man. I'm a glass half full guy. I'm an opportunist, man. I see things and I just get excited about the possibilities of the next thing, right? And I think that's why I really enjoy real estate. My goal that I'm gonna use I'm gonna leverage social media for my real estate. I feel like I'm in a good market to do so. What I noticed is literally no other agents working social media in my area. Not YouTube. I mean, you might see a couple on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure they got some TikToks out there. But nobody's really dialing this thing in. And just because I love social media, I love YouTube. Been on YouTube for a long time. And I have a family channel where we talk about everything: politics, Jesus, marriage, family. We talk about everything on Thomas Family Life. And so this channel, I want to encourage realtors and folks, real estate agents and people looking to get in real estate business mindset, and coaching on how to build a YouTube presence for your real estate business. This is really what this channel is going to be focused on. So you're going to see, I'm taking you behind the curtain. You're going to see my journey as we get there, as we do this thing. I even share my personal production channel where I am building influence to sell homes in my area. So I'm gonna show you kind of what I'm doing there, and show you that this can be done wherever you at, because the internet is changing the game for everybody wherever you at. In the smallest parts of the country, the internet is just changing the game. And if you tap into it, especially in real estate, I think real estate is under penetrated when it comes to social media, from people, from manufacturers, home builders. The lid's getting blown on them, right? If you're an inspector, inspectors are going in and they're showing, they're blowing the lid on quality work and not quality work. You know what I'm saying? It's so amazing. So people are getting smarter. People are getting wiser. People are really choosing who they buying homes from, because the internet has changed the game. It's changed the game. You can't hide no more, man. You cannot hide no more. You're gonna have to be honest. You're gonna have to be real, and you got to provide a good service and a good product. If you can't be cheapskate building homes, man. You got to do this right. You can't cut corners, because there are influencers who are looking for this, and they're blowing the lid on who makes quality homes and who don't. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be that one. If you're a real estate, you don't want to be no sleazy real estate agent, man. You want to be real, honest, and help people buy or sell their homes. You know. So the internet's changing the game, and so I listen. It's a great opportunity to take advantage of it and stake your claim in business that's flowing in your area through social media. Here's what I know. I know when I was looking for my home, we're looking for our property. I went to YouTube. I was looking for the area, trying to figure out because we weren't from the area. I couldn't find nothing. I mean, nothing. I found one other guy, and he still didn't talk about the town that I was looking at. And I'm like, I know nothing about any of these areas, and I can't find nothing about any of these areas. There lies an opportunity. So you should do the same in your area. Anyway, follow my journey, y'all. Looking forward to sharing what we're doing. I'm about to get to studying, and this is the vlog for the day. Peace out.